We've been in the cattle business in Northwest Iowa since the late 1800s. You know, we're going nowhere. And I always tell my customers, if anything goes wrong, we're really easy to find. It's real easy to track us down. Most companies look at it as, I sold you a barn. Now I'm gonna go find the guy to do the concrete. Now I'm gonna go find the lumber. Now I'm gonna go bid all this stuff out. Well, while they're doing that, we're pouring concrete. Every piece is on that site that day, and if there's something missing, we can get it immediately. So the customers have complete confidence that it's going to be done in a timely manner because everybody knows what the next moving part is. Why not have that relationship with vendors and people that supplies and build long-term partnerships? You know, Marcus Lumber and I, you know, there's paperwork, there's no contracts, there's nothing going on that way. It's like, this, you're gonna supply this at this price and we're gonna go. And we're doing the same thing with other vendors at the same time. That way, when you buy from us, you know what you're getting every single time. Otherwise, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna go down into, you know, the South and buy cheap lumber from no-name vendors and have it direct dropped. And so if something goes wrong, who do we contact? Who are we gonna follow up with? In 5 years, when you have a problem, who are you gonna follow up with? In 10 years. Our whole purpose is, we're building relationships for the rest of our lives. You're spending a lot of money on a project that works very well if it's managed properly.
I think he's very good at keeping those relationships. I think he loves to talk about farming, so it just naturally ensues in his ability to connect to people because he knows what he's talking about. So I think in that sense, his relationship with his customers are really good. I think his customers trust him because he does know what he's talking about.
And there's such a broad base with the history of generations that Chad's been through with the cattle feeders that he, you know, is fully aware of, you know, all the feeders in the area, and they have a great relationship, and I think that continues to roll out, you know, and help the company grow too.
So in the early years, it was, we're just getting going, and it was just pretty normal. And then it escalated to the spot I didn't have the management in place. And so it was, you know, from 5 in the morning till 10 at night, phone rang about every 5 minutes on average. And compared to today, now we have great management.
A very good, very well put together team that we work with on almost every project. Like Chad said, all the material comes from Marcus Lumber, so we talk to them about the building. They know what to expect, what it looks like, whether it's a standard barn or an Iowa style barn. They know the material that we need, they know kind of the sequence of when we need it, and it helps to flow, project flow and get material there when we need it.
Ten Corp is very much a family business. I mean, obviously, he actually has family employed, but I think he treats all of his employees the same. You see that he cares for all of them and he puts in the time and effort to make sure they're successful.
It goes all back together. It starts with the family. You know, Ten Corp's a family-driven business. We're in the cattle business as a family. That's what we do. The lumber company is a family business. That's what they do. Our slats provider is a family business. That's what they do. It's all about, you know, the personal touch, the personal family business. Then we just incorporate all that together. Now we have a barn on a family farm, you know, that almost most of the time, you know, the great grandparents lived here, all the way down to the family that's standing there today.